What is going on, crypto family? This is your boy Random Arts coming with a quick video. And on this video, guys, we're going to be talking about this crypto game, guys. A lot of you guys are not hip to what's happening in the background. And this is why I see a lot of people is constantly getting wrecked. Now, we are in a market that you're not going to get rewarded for chasing. A lot of people are chasing green candles and boom, they buy the top. The next thing you know, you're seeing this thing starting to have a reversal. So if you're buying at the top, you're going to get wrecked. Now, before I dive too deeply into this video, do me a huge favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and I definitely love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinion about this crypto game. Now, if you're part of the Roaring Kitty community and you have not bought your NFT, make sure you go out and buy or mint your NFT. It's currently still available to be minted, and keep in mind all of this is to fund the operations as well as future listings, liquidity pool for Shibarium, all this and that. And again, guys, I still don't know when we're gonna get onto Shibarium. I've seen a couple people ask. Not a developer. Everything else, it's outside my hands. So until they get that situated or straightened out, I don't know when we're gonna be on there. So thought I'd at least give you guys that little quick update. All right, now taking a quick look at the price, or really at the overall crypto market, only up 0.65%. You have Bitcoin in and out of 58K, Ethereum at 3,400, then you still have SHIB in the number 13 spot. Now, let's talk about this game, guys, that is currently being played, but you guys don't know who the players are. Like in this game of crypto, a lot of you guys are, I wouldn't even say fish, because there's sharks in this water when you call crypto. There are sharks, there are whales, and I'm not talking about money wise. I'm talking about like mentality of how this game is being played. So Yawn was a crypto that was first introduced to me by an influencer. Now, again, you guys know how I do. I don't really, talk about new cryptos on my channel. I'll look at them as far as for an investment purpose for myself, but never mention it. But this one right here was one that I was like, let me look at it, because I saw people just talking about it. I looked at the website, everything looked looking straight. So this was roughly around like a $4.9 million market cap, $4 million market cap. But I was like, nope, I'm going to pass on it due to the fact that an influencer is talking about it. Because the first thing that automatically pops up in my head, like if an influencer is talking about a new crypto, like do they own some of the supply, right? Or are they just, or did they get paid in crypto like Bitcoin, Ethereum just to talk about it? Because once they stop talking about it, typically the project is going to die. That's typically how you see it. Like, how long will they talk about it? Are they an ambassador for the project? Like, if they're an ambassador, you're looking at long term. But even with that, them being an ambassador, they typically want some of the supply. And anytime that people get free token, and I keep hounding this to you guys, if they get free tokens, then it's pretty much causing a looming overhead pressure of tokens that could be dumped on you at any given time. So this is exactly what we saw with this, and they made a statement about it. It seemed like these individuals, they were, KOLs that was able to drive up the price of Yawn. And again, like when you guys are seeing like these things are just going up, 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 having nice parabolic moves, a lot of you guys think it's just organic. No, there's people in the background actually running it, whether it's market makers, which is another form of player that could move the market. If they could move the market one way and they own some of the supply, once it moves to a certain place. And this is the same thing that's happening in the stock market, with market makers. They'll move the stock one way, then just to be able to slam it down on you. And this is what's happening, Since Wall Street gotten into crypto is getting a little bit more complex as as it develops. And this is why you got to be able to navigate in these waters, or else these sharks, these whales, they're going to destroy you guys. They're going to absolutely destroy you, and you're not going to be able to make the type of money that you think that you can make. in crypto. Yeah, that's simply how it goes. Another example of this is Nero. You know, a lot of influencers were in it, pumping it up. They did their job. They got paid in, in the crypto, got some of the supply. And in order for them to get paid on the service that they did, they're going to need to sell. So guess what they started doing? They started selling. Then eventually an insider decided like, hey, let me go ahead and just dump. And boom, it just been straight dumping from there. And now we're seeing a bounce here. And someone within the comment section who is a noob, and you could tell like when people are noobs and don't know what they're talking about, like based upon their comment. Like once you start speaking, you automatically let other people know that you're new to this when it comes to investing. So they were, clowning, talking about like, oh, Random Art, you said not to buy Nero, now it's close to 200% up. Like, you're buying a falling knife. Try to do that 9 times out of 10. Try to do that another 9 times and see if you're going to be able to pick the bottom, because you have an asset. And this is what simple investing, people who invest automatically know this. You have a support line that's just got breached, right? Support is breached. This right here represents support. Let me draw the line so that way you guys can see it. This right here, this area right here was acting as a support. Once support is breached, where is the next support going to be at? Again, the answer to that is we don't know where support's going to be at until it actually has a bounce. Because what is stopping you from not trying to buy the dip here, or buy the dip here, or buy the dip here, or here? Like, that's why I say, like, this is not the time to be buying. The time to be buying is once it start consolidating. Even though we've seen this dip right here, and some may say like, oh, there's the support line. This is not necessarily a support line. In order for me to, if this is what I would like to see. If I really wanted to invest into this, and quite frankly, I'm not interested. But since some people are invested into it, if I'm looking to get an entry, I'm looking to see like if this thing could, go up and come back down to this area, then bounce. Then once it bounce off of this line right here, then in my head, I'm going to be like, okay, then this seems like a support area. That's proper risk reward. What this guy was suggesting is just buying it at a random place. And I doubt, I'm like 99% sure he did not buy it during this dip, but he's clowning like he bought it. Like, oh, you said but this thing is up like 200%. Like, yeah, after it's down like 90%, like what are we talking about here? But again, I got a little off topic, but again, with this, the team, market makers, influencers, they own the supply, and it's about 80%. Not something that I'm interested in. Because again, I don't know when I'm going to get dumped on. Some people, you may have like higher risk tolerance, but with higher risk tolerance, that means you get wrecked more. So you got the Chinese Pepe. Same thing with them. Team, influencers, they have a lot of the supply. They did better as far as managing it, because as you can see within the charts. But again, it's that overhead that's still looming against us. One thing about when the market start having a downward pressure, it exposed the greed within the market. A lot of these people who are invested, or not invested, but a lot of people who are running the project, or the people who are helping the project, this is the time that they're going to just start just flat out just selling on everybody. And when that happened, people are wondering like, what's happening? It's the market is red. Like, no, it's not necessarily. Remember, there was some influencer was promoting this as well. Same thing happened. They got the supply, boom. This one, they did a better job as far as controlling the supply, but same thing though. Here's another Nero. Now, somebody just got wrecked with Nero. They made like a $200 profit on Roy and Kitty, and they took that $200 profit. And this is what I've just been warning you guys about. And again, I am like, anytime people sell, like, I go into the transaction, take a look, and see what you guys are buying next. And this is exactly what they did. They, made $200 on Roaring Kitty, and they end up selling. They sold Roaring Kitty and bought this like somewhere over here. Now they're $200. Currently right now, last time I checked, is like worth 83. Excuse me, $83 right now. Just got wrecked. Again, just chase because the influencer talked about it. There's no research. Like, who's running this project? What's the teams like? Like, these are the stuff that you guys are not doing the extra research. Like, we're not in a market to where you could just slap on, you buy the crypto, then you do the research later. It's not the market for that. In a bull market, you get away from that, but with habits like that, it's going to end up bleeding over to a bear market, and you're going to end up losing everything. Like, good habits is what you need in trading and investing in crypto. You need good habits. This one, I remember someone was getting on to me, but like, yo, Roy Kitty ain't really doing much. At the time, I think Roy Kitty was around like a 500 or maybe 300K market cap. And this thing was just ripping face like, oh, it got listed on an exchange. It got all this and that. But look at it now, 1.2 million. And again, the reason why you're seeing these things be going up, guys, these market makers, they would slap on $2 million, $3 million worth of buys in increments, and it's going to drive up the price. And for the newbie investors, they're always chasing green candles. So they're going to end up coming behind them and start buying and driving up even more. So once they finish getting it to a spot where they feel comfortable with, then they're going to dump on the market, and boom, you got another dead project. Moving on, let's start this again. This is the game that's currently being played right now. And again, a lot of people are blind, don't know what's happening. Same thing right here. Boom. Let's run it up. Market maker did their job. Influencer did their job. Let's get paid. Boom. Dump. Same thing. Run it up. Let's get paid. Boom. Now, when you take a look at Roaring Kitty, people are like, oh, Roaring Kitty's boring. Yeah, it's organic. It's organic. The only people that could sell on Roaring Kitty is the people that bought, and now they're going to sell. Not people who just got free tokens and they're going to sell. Big difference. Because the people who bought, because think about it, like, the people who buys, they're looking to make a profit. At least that's how you're supposed to think. You buy an asset, you're trying to make a profit. So if they bought in here, like over here, more likely they're probably buying the dip to get their average down, right? So maybe even if they want to get out, now once this thing start pumping again, they could get out at a break even, because now their average would be right here. If they bought here and they're buying here, now it's, the difference. So now once this thing start pumping, let me get out for break even. Now you're investing, you're trading like an investor. But all of this stems from people who actually put money into it. So the liquidity pool in itself don't become imbalanced. This is why Turbo works. This is why Shiba Inu work. This is why Bitcoin work. Because there's no body that's getting any of this thing for free. Essentially. And this is why the Bitcoin, and even like it even gets even bigger to why Bitcoin works the way it works, with the miners and all this and that. But I'm not even going to get into it. This video is getting a lot longer than what it was intended to be. But this is why I'm talking about this on the channel, guys, because at the end of the day, there's no overhead. There's no free tokens. I could go to bed at night, Granted, we do have some whales that's in it, but again, some of these whales, they bought in at a higher position. So if they're selling, they're going to be selling for a loss. If they do, they do. But that's going to get eaten up by the community because now you're getting even more token on a discounted rate. Because again, at the end of the day, most people are trying to get at least 1 million Roaring Kitty because at $1 billion market cap, or even at $100,000 market cap, I mean $100 million market cap, you're looking at $100,000. At $1 billion market cap, you're looking at $1 million. Yeah, it's the math is simple. But again, if you watch this all the way to the end, secret word of the day, guys, is insiders. Let me see you guys put that in the comment section. Hashtag insiders. But that's all I have for you today. Random Art signing off. Peace.